Hello everybody, Grego Plays Games here. This video is a unusual one because I'm going to talk about my MEPS experience since I have joined the Pennsylvania Army National Guard. And I'm going to be playing some Gears 5 in the background. Don't mind me, I am not the best. I am nowhere near the best. I don't play this game anywhere near often enough to be any good at it. But nonetheless, I'm going to play this in the background. So I ended up going to MEPS, and if you don't know what MEPS is, it stands for the Military Entrance Processing Station. So if you plan on joining the military, you need to go through there to get into the military, essentially. So I ended up going to MEPS on February 13th and 14th of 2020,
you must execute them.
which was almost 2 months ago. So I guess we'll start with Thursday the 13th, and so I had to wake up early in the morning, or a little bit earlier. I work nights, so it just had to mess up my entire schedule. Whoa! Gotcha. So I had to meet up with my recruiter at his office at like 11 a.m. but I ended up getting there at like 10 a.m. because that was like the original time I was supposed to be there. Oh, darn! And he ended up pushing me back an hour. I was for an hour. I was going in, sitting, going to the office, just sitting there talking. Wait for them to we ended up getting in the car and then ended up having to drive 2 hours to Harrisburg. We're in the Poconos, so it takes about 2 hours to get there. So go and drive, and then we get there, processing. Go through.
You would allow these greedy, petulant humans to lay claim to our
your
world?
bags in the little checkbox.
I see.
And then just sit down and wait. And then the first day it was to take the ASVAB test, and then after that was to take the tutorial test. Not the tutorial test, the personality. So I ended up going in this room, computer room, with a whole bunch of other people. I ended up taking this test on the computer. You end up getting this test paper and
flash out!
No calculator, no nothing. Everything has to be done by brain. Hello. Oh, that was a bad plan. Anyway, so I ended up taking the test. They ended up taking me.
I value target losses.
2.5, 3 hours to do. And I did not feel like I did good at all. I even remember when I got out, once you were done, you left the room, you go back to the reading room, you take your phone out, but no phone calls. And I'm texting people and talking to people, and I'm like, yeah, I don't think I did good at all. And then the next thing I knew, my recruiter texted me, told me that, yo, congrats, you blew it out the water, you did real good. And I was like, what, really? He was like, yeah, you got a 90 on it. I was like, holy mo, I thought I failed that thing. And, I did far better than I felt that I did. Damn. This guy's not even playing. So, after that, after a while, after everyone was done, we ended up getting on this little van, and we were then being shuttled to the hotel. We ended up getting to the hotel, having to check in, going over some rules. He gave us this pamphlet. Then we ended up going to our room, and then we went to eat dinner, and then we had to be back there.
It If you cannot defeat one small group of humans,
30.
how can you hope to conquer a planet?
For a meeting. I believe lights out was 10. But I was once the meeting was over, I went like to bed, watched some YouTube on my phone until I could fall asleep far later than I wanted to sleep because we had to wake up at 4 a.m. Ready for breakfast at 4:30 because at 5:15 we were back on the bus to head back to MEPS for physical day. And yeah, I had to eat some bacon, eggs, and some sausage. And then, you know, waited and then got on the bus, got to MEPS. So the process was essentially the same. And I got there the second day, but there's obviously more people going through. So you had to wait in line. Oh. No. So there was Yep! It's a metal detector again. Take your bag off, put everything out of your pockets into the bag, and then check in. And then we had to go wait in the medical briefing room.
I did not create you to lose. I did not sacrifice my own corporeal life to fail.
And then so now we're all sitting in the medical briefing room, and then the lady comes in, and then she comes in and she starts explaining to us what's going to happen. She then goes over basically the rules of the place and sexual harassment, how it's not tolerated. You end up getting that packet when you first get there too. I just forgot to on the first day.
Through the brain!
And then she explains what's going to happen, what they're going to call. Oh, I'm about to get killed.
You have allowed them to walk over you. Your ancestors, your plans for domination.
It was pretty much, once that was done, we were then sent out to go speak to our liaisons for the branch we were joining. As I'm joining the National Guard, I had to go speak to the National Guard liaison. He was there, and tell us, once he was done, to go back to the control desk, the desk you checked in at, and they would give you your medical file. And it was pretty simple. Once you got medical file, you had to go stand back to the medical section of the building, stand in line. There was this long line, and I was very lucky because there was probably like 20 people in front of me, and one of the nurses was just walking by, and he was just checking people's files. He saw mine, and then he told me to go to the front, so I essentially was able to skip the line, which was pretty nice. So then, once you're in line, you'd be like, okay, the next 5 people come up, but you can sit down, and then when you're at these chairs in front of the control desk. What would happen was
Your progress pleases me. Yes, it does.
You know, first person closest up to the goat goes there, and then boom, and then you sit down at another set of chairs once you're done with him, which I guess is check-in for the medical section. Gives you your stickers, he scans them, you understand, you go sit down at this other row of chairs in front of the eye test section. So I'm sitting, waiting to go and get my eyes checked. And then finally my turn with my eyes shut, boom, done. Then you go sit back down, and for this time you are now waiting for the hearing test. Uh-oh.
Should have run!
And then
Enemy spotted!
type place. And
Try again!
you sit down with like 5 other people, like 6 people in this one room. Bench. And then you put these headphones on.
Forsaken
and
this
press
world's
the
future.
button whenever you hear a
have
noise.
doomed us
Pretty
all.
simple. Once the test got done, the next thing that happened was he ended up taking us back to this other room. So we ended up leaving the medical section of the building, and we went to this other meeting room in the other end of the building. And this is when he ended up handing us back our medical paperwork that we ended up filling out with the recruiter, and we were supposed to reread it, and then at the back there was this blank piece of paper, and you were supposed to write any changes you want to make to it. You had to fill out other paperwork as well, and there's a lot of paperwork you had to fill out at this point. And then at the end of it, we ended up getting our breathalyzer test done. And then once we got done with that, we went back to the medical section of the room. To where now we were going to take our urine test and our blood HIV test. So we ended up going back, and I remember going in to take the urine test. And this is the thing I was worried about, because I have a shy bladder. It doesn't really like to go to the bathroom with a lot of people around. Even though I follow the rules, I drink a lot in the morning, I've been holding it in. That way, when this time came, I could go. So I ended up going in the room. It was me and 4 other guys in there, plus the nurse who was watching us. So you don't pee alone. You're being watched at all times. They give you this cup. They say fill it 3/4 of the way, and they're like, you are on a time limit, because if you don't pee within a certain amount of time, you fail, and then you don't pass MEPS. So I'm sitting here and I'm trying to pee. It's not coming out, even though I could feel that I have to go. Nothing's happening. Everyone else is practically done. And I'm like, come on, and it finally goes, and a little bit comes out, and I'm like, well, I need more than that. And then I'm like, and I push even more and more and more, and then I'm able to fill it up, but it's not to 3/4. It's up. It was the line in between 3/4 and a half, and I'm like, well, that's all that's coming out. So I hope that's enough. And luckily for me, it was enough. So then you end up waiting in line. There was this counter. There's another nurse behind there. You'd hand her your cup with your pee. She takes it, she sucks some out, pours some, then she puts a little dipstick in, and then she tells you, then you get the sign for it, and then she gives you back the cup and tells you to dump it and then wash your hands. Cool. That part's done. I got past it, so I'm happy. Good. Next up was to get the blood drawn for HIV test, so I ended up going and sitting there. Sitting at the table, I offer him my arm. He then asks me, do you consent
Gouge
to
them,
it?
rip them, smash
And
them.
I didn't say anything.
Do whatever it
because
takes
I was
for my
really,
children.
I guess I wasn't really that much paying attention, because I'm already sitting here offering. I had to say yes. And then the next thing. Hello. That happened. We ended up taking drugs my blood. So then, once we were done with the that, the next part we went to was the medical examination lobby. This is this big lobby. There's 5 of us.
All the same will soon know
Men
your
went to
wrath.
their own.
Let your
Women went
vengeance
to their own
rain down.
section as well. We were in completely different rooms. We go in. We were told to strip down, take everything off except our underwear, and then paperwork. Yeah, scars. And if you did this, was the time to either fill out this piece of paper or and you had to write down your tattoos. You had to explain them. For significance of the tattoo, you had to explain why you had a scar.
Good night.
And then I think
See you later.
no, that was a little bit later. So if you had your paperwork, we were just sitting there. We ended up turning on a movie. That there were 5 of us, and there were 2 doctors in their own little private room.
Really?
And now you rot in the dirt.
You had to go. So it was
Perhaps this
just
is
waiting for
where
your
you have
turn to go. I
always
think I was
belonged.
the 2nd person to go in the right room. And my turn came up, you go in there, and the doctor, your medicine file, you get it put down, you guys talk, he asks you questions,
Throwing flashback. Frag out.
watching. Damn it, took me out of the way fast enough. I watched a lot of videos and read a lot of things, and also listened to what my recruiter said, what this part was going to be like.
Need you on your feet.
And surprisingly, it was not anywhere near as bad as I thought it would be. Just asking questions. He tried to confuse me a couple of times, I believe. But as long as you say yes or no, and really listen
Target's
to
down.
the question, you should be fine. So they end up asking questions, and then you check the alley, it's on my throat. He then
Enemy spotted.
you drop my underwear so you can check my private parts, and then you maybe bend over so you can check for hemorrhoids. Then he checked over some other body for any other scars or marks, and then sat back down, talked to you what he found, or if he didn't find anything, and then in my case he said, you passed, you did good, just go hand it back to the nurse at the desk in the waiting room, and then that's what I did. You go hand it back, and now this is when he weighed me and measured my height. And then it was just waiting for everyone to be done. Because once everyone get done, this was now the time for the duck walk and the other movements where they make you walk on your tippy toes, make you do certain poses with the arms and legs.
Gotcha.
You are bruised, you are bloodied, but you are
you're
not
still in your underwear at
defeated
this point
yet.
too. And then once that was done, if you passed that, congratulations, you have passed the medical section of MEPS, which I did, and then you're able to get dressed again, and then you take it to the control desk, and then the control desk takes it and liaison. Now I ended up getting done with the medical around 8:45 a.m. and I was at my liaison's office at 9 a.m. and just waiting. Fortunately for me, they had a delay. They were having a computer problem, so there was a lot of waiting.
Try again.
The humans
ended up
have
having
wounded
me
you. You must now demonstrate the
fill
meaning
out
of
this
retribution.
survey. The guard wanted a survey to essentially evaluate my MEPS experience and my experience of being recruited into the military. So, sitting there waiting. Next thing I know, I'm still waiting in the waiting room. They're dealing with somebody else who was still trying to get his contract done. And the next thing I know, it's 10:30 and they're hearing the intercom that lunch is like, damn, I ran right into that. And
You would allow these greedy, petulant humans to lay claim to our world? I see.
right, so then I go and eat lunch. It's about a half an hour, so now it's about 11 o'clock. I get done, and now they're finally ready for me, so I go in. I'm talking to the there's a bit more paperwork. I didn't I was getting. That's this year, active, and then 2 years inactive, ready reserves. I think that's what it is. Some of any other bonuses I had, as well as education. And then once that was done, I had to go back to the control desk and tell them to go to the operations. So this
Let
is
them
where
cower in your shadow. Let them tremble.
you're going to be interviewed by this person, and they're going to go over this, your name. They're going to ask you if everything you said is true and whatnot, and then they take your fingerprints. And once you're done past that, you're ready to be sworn in. So this time it was probably about 11:40ish when I was done with that. Hello.
Got eyes on a tango.
And
Got another one.
Throwing smoke!
so I had to wait. The next MEPS wearing was
An embarrassment. A cruel,
1 a.m.
sick
Not 1 a.m.
joke.
1 p.m.
Hang your
So I had to pretty
heads
much wait
in
for almost
shame.
an hour and a half just in the waiting room for me to swear in. So that's pretty much all it is. So I just waited around, and then yeah, the next thing you know, they ended up bringing us back to this meeting room with everyone that was starting at that time. And they went over more rules and laws. They're like, oh, okay, now you are in. You can't try to join another branch. You can't do AWOL. They went over some rules like that. And that was pretty much it. And then we ended up going into the ceremony room. They showed us how to stand at rest, at attention. And then you swore in. And then once we swore in, that was it. Oh, well, then you go back. Once you swore in, you went back, and then you wait, and then you waited for them to actually do the paperwork. It was a lot of paperwork. And then once that was it, we were done. MEPS is over. All right, that was pretty much my MEPS experience. If you have any questions, you can comment below, and I'll try to answer it. But I did join the Pennsylvania Army National Guard as a 91 Bravo, which is a wheeled vehicle mechanic. And unless they end up, delay my boot camp basic training, I'm supposed to be going in a couple of weeks, as far as I know, but it hasn't been delayed yet, so. Well, anyway, thank you for watching. If you liked the video, at least, please like, comment, and subscribe for more content.